But you know the holidays are over when you hear this. New at 4? Tax season is right around the corner. All the fun is over. Here we go. And although we just started 2019, the Idaho State Tax Commission is urging everyone to review your W-4 forms so you don't end up paying more taxes next year than you need to. You might get a refund, but you want to be careful this time around because things have changed. And KTVB's Shira Matsuzawa is in the newsroom to tell you what you need to know.
That's right, Dee. Talk about change. New tax laws have changed how income taxes are withheld from your paycheck. But before you get too concerned, just know any changes that you make now won't impact your taxes come April.
I don't really think about it much.
Your W-4 form.
So I think I have to adjust it to be able to not have to pay that many taxes at the end of the year and pay them throughout the year. So, but I haven't figured out what that is yet. But I had thought about it.
It might not be something you often think about.
I did, but because I had a new job.
But you might want to start because some changes are happening.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
What it means for these people in Idaho, if they haven't changed their W-4, if you go out and actually walk through the federal calculator, you could significantly change the amount of withholding or the number of allowances that you have on your W-4.
In prior years, you may have had one for yourself, one for your spouse, and one for your children. So you'd end up with 3 or 4.
Now, the way that the calculator and the worksheet for the feds works, you could end up with 10, 11. And if you do that for Idaho, you would have 0 withholding. So you're going to have income that's going to be taxable, but no withholding. So when you go to file your tax return, there is income that's taxable, nothing to go against it, so you're going to owe tax.
The changes stem from the recent federal tax reform and some changes here in Idaho.
The federal tax reform, when that happened, it almost doubled the standard deduction. Personal exemptions and dependent exemptions went away. Idaho also had a tax rate reduction, and they instituted an Idaho child tax credit for the first time ever.
If you're single and don't have any children, you may not need to make any changes.
But for those people who have children, especially for people who both spouses work, they definitely need to go look at it.
When done, line 5 of your form should have 2 numbers and look like this.
So you'll have a federal number, draw a slash, and do an Idaho number. If you do the same number for Idaho as you do for federal, you may have not enough withheld, and then when it comes tax time, you're going to probably owe tax.
The Idaho Tax Commission says now is the time to make those changes.
I would encourage everybody to go out and look at your W-4, see if there's anything you need to do so you don't have an unwelcome surprise when you do your tax return.
We have a link up on our website right now, ktvb.com, to the worksheet that's on the website for the Tax Commission, and it'll help you walk through all those changes and how you can make those changes. And once you've gone through it, you definitely want to give it to your employer. Dee?
Well, that's true, and I think I'm glad we're going to post this story because we're going to definitely want to watch that again, maybe have that form in front of us because that always helps to help it make more sense and be able to figure it out. So thanks a lot for getting us the cliff notes on that. Appreciate it, Shira.